What's up, Internet? I'm Dane My in-laws that watch my son every day while my wife and I are at work have gone on a trip to San Francisco. So we are redoing their garage. As a thank you for not making us pay for childcare every day. We're going to be redoing the ceiling. We're going to be cleaning everything out, adding some organization, and hopefully, if we have time, redoing the floor so we could turn this into this. So here it is, the finished product. To borrow a quote from the Black Eyed Peas, let's get it started.
Okay, so first we began by moving almost everything from the garage out of the garage. This literally took a full day itself.
So we got the garage pretty much cleaned out. As you see here, there's just a bunch of ladders left, some garbage still, heavier items that we don't need to move. We got the ceiling. The sheetrock was not put up correctly, so we had to put these washers that we are going to cover up to hold because there's nothing there for them to hold on to. I have to go through and make sure all of the nails and the screws are flush, so that's what I'm going to be doing next. Then we are going to be spackling and painting after that. Let's get going.
This is me screwing in the sheetrock screws and hammering in nails to prepare for spackling.
All right, so now that I've completed that phase of the operation, now I'm going to take this sander. I'm going to get a different sander on it though, because that one is a little shot, and I'm going to go over everything to smooth it out before spackling. Okay, so I forgot to press record when we were doing this next part here, but essentially we sanded down all the walls, as you see, and we spackled everything. We didn't spackle the corners because it's a little too time consuming, and we're on a very strict schedule here, but we did spackling of all the nails. We sanded down the walls. Today, it's 40 degrees outside, so we're gonna have a heater going. Look at that. It was absolutely monotonous. I hate doing this. I keep saying to myself, I'm never gonna do a project like this again, and yet here I am. So we spackled and we're waiting for it to dry. Tomorrow we're gonna start painting. I wanna die, I want to die.
All right, so once the spackle dried, we sanded it all down and made a smooth painting surface shown here. And we finally started painting, starting with the ceiling first in case any paint dripped down or splattered on the walls. This was arguably the worst part of the entire project, as we had to move the ladders every few feet and it kills your neck, back, and arms. Next, we started on the walls. This went a lot faster. I recommend taping anything you don't want paint on. This saves you having to be extra careful and leaves a clean, straight line of paint.
All right, so the walls are painted. As you can see, we did not go all the way up to the corner because we're gonna be putting around edging. We did not fill in with spackle, anything like that, because we are going to. We have boards here that are painted. We're gonna be doing like a tray ceiling running this way, this way, this way, and we're gonna be putting an edging all around the top and edging around there.
Here we are using a stud finder so we know where to screw the edging boards into. Once we found where the studs were, we measured them out on the boards and pre-drilled the holes, cutting the boards to length as needed. We've repeated the process of measuring for stud location, pre-drilling holes with screws, and placing up edging along the entire garage.
Hello, little bit. Are you healthy? Are you healthy? Oh, not good little bear. Oh, not good little bear. Oh, not good little bear.
Next, we started putting up the boards along the ceiling sheetrock seams. Because the sheetrock was so poorly lined up and needed extra support to hold it up, we went with a 4-inch wide board, 3/4 inch thick. The light was in the way of the board, so I measured and cut out the area in the board. This has never worked out in the past, so both my father and I were skeptical. So I decided to record the reaction, whether good or bad.
Okay, we'll try this first. I can do that while you're making another one here.
Come on. Come on. Yes! Look at that. That's perfect.
Really good.
Look at me go. That's never worked before.
Once the boards were laid down lengthwise, we started measuring and cutting the boards to go in between. Although they were fairly evenly spaced, each was different by about an inch or two. They were also pre-drilled for easy placement. A little area around the garage motor needed a specific piece cut out, so I measured, cut, and chiseled the exact piece. I don't recommend using a screwdriver for a chisel, but I also don't recommend buying a chisel for one piece like this. So here we are. For some of the ceiling boards, we needed to secure them together at the joints as they were hanging down a bit. For this, I bought flat steel brackets and cut them into small strips. Once we secured them in place, we painted over them so they blended in with the boards. At the corners, for a little extra support, I used corner brackets and mounted them as shown. For these, we did not paint them because I felt it gave a nice industrial look that went really well with the garage. I mounted the ladder holder brackets as shown. I used a board to get the height I wanted from the floor instead of measuring both bracket heights to keep them even. Instead of mounting directly to the wall, I first attached a 2-inch board and then screwed into that. This helps to displace the pressure in the sheetrock to prevent breaking through, and I think also looks a lot better. And on the other side. I did the same thing with the wall-mounted shelves, only I measured incorrectly at first and put the boards too close, so I had to spackle, paint, and then move them. I showed it all here, except where my camera runs out of space to record and doesn't actually show me putting up the brackets. But here's a picture of the finished product, which I think turned out really good. And finally, sorting and organizing everything to put back in. We got a bunch of clear totes and tried to organize by category like car supplies, pool, yard, electrical, and we also mounted a metal pegboard and hung tools on the far wall seen in the back. Dexter did not help at all during this entire thing.
Right now, we're sitting, waiting for them to come home to surprise them. I'm watching through here like the FBI or a creeper, or what's the difference? Through the blinds. They should be home any minute now. Getting excited. Okay. Hello. Good. How are you? You want help?
Yeah, we got 3 bags.
Okay.
Okay. Dean's coming. Surprise! Oh my goodness! While you were gone, so you didn't want to bother us, but Dane was here every minute.
Check out the ceiling.
What did you look for the ceiling?
What's that?
What'd you do with all the ceiling?
Oh, look at the tool. Are you freaking kidding me?
We're recording this for my parents. They want to see your reactions.
Oh my God!
I'm looking at him.
Oh my God, it's gorgeous. Unfreaking believable.
Well, you're still gonna have to clean out.
Yeah, there's
stuff, 'cause
still
we
a
didn't know
lot.
stuff to
No,
do.
are you kidding me?
Throw away.
Holy.
Here, wave to Bill and Barb.
Holy crap.
The final before and after pictures. I wish we could have left all the stuff out and had just a perfectly empty, clean garage, but that's not reality. Things still needed a place to go and needed to come out of the house. So we organized as best we could and tried to find a good home for all the items in the new garage. Huge thank you to my mother and father for spending 8 or more hours every single day for a week helping me accomplish this project. I literally could have not done it without them.